Good evening, comrades. This is your brother soldier 4D coming back to you once again with another topic concerning our struggle as Black Africans in the diaspora as well as in the continent. I want to start off with a concern that's concerning the African people, the Black Africans on both sides of the Atlantic. One being the West, one being on the continent. Both sides of the Atlantic Ocean, we are struggling with issues as Black Africans. Issues of hunger, issues of joblessness or underemployment, issues of identity crisis, issues of land disputes, and everything that comes in a lifetime. Our situation seems to be more intense because of the things that have happened and occurred on the continent. Now, you probably say, Brother Soldier, you've been saying this all along. This is all you talk about is the African struggle. This is what we're going to be dealing with. We're going to switch up a little bit, but I feel led to be strong in this area for the sake of planting a seed that maybe God will give the increase down the road and we can begin to work together more harmoniously as a people. So, without further ado, I'm going to talk about the problem on both sides of the Atlantic with acceptance of our African selves and acceptance of one another. And until we accept ourselves as being connected historically and ancestrally to the African continent, we're going to have problems. We're going to have problems trying to connect and trying to bring each other together so that we can prosper together. So we have to make some decisions of those who are ignorant, that do not understand that connection. Can we awaken them and can we bring them aboard to bring unity to pull together and get out of this? Or do we have to discard each other and count our losses? Whatever the case may be, time will tell. But this is an opportunity and a chance to learn and to grow and to move forward. So in these short videos here, I just mostly highlight as much as I can to try to get us focused on what is important for us as a people to help us in our day-to-day life. And love is the one thing that is lacking in the world. Love is the one thing that's going to help us see ourselves correctly. Self-love, self-knowledge, and the knowledge of how that has been brought about by the Creator God. Knowledge of God. And once we have this love perfected, we know exactly what we need to be doing. Once you have love for yourself and for your fellow man, especially in the struggles as Black Africans, you will know exactly what you need to do when the problem raises its head. Whatever the economic problem is, whatever the social, political problem is, and whatever the educational problem is, the religious issues, your religion really should be pushing this love that we talk about But in many cases, they're not even teaching us self-love, because they teach us about a love of a God or a love of the Lord Jesus. True. They teach us that, but they don't teach us the importance of how our dealings with each other reflects that love of that God that we say, that we claim, that we uphold. It's all in how we deal with each other, how we see each other, how we interact with each other, how we assist and aid each other. Like I said in my other videos, and I keep driving this home, the Good Samaritan is a condition of the heart. The Good Samaritan had actions toward the man that was overcome by robbers. Okay, you know, back in that time when he was talking about the Good Samaritan, he wasn't even a Jew. The way I understood the reading, he's not even a Jew. He's not even of the sheepfold of the children of Abraham, or the seed of David, or what you call the lost sheep of Israel. He's not even in that. He was outside of that, and he helped the man that was overcome by thieves, but the Levite and the priest stepped over. See, that's a type of love that we need. He said, do likewise. When you see this story, do likewise to your fellow man. But that's not it. That's just not all. You still have to be able to acknowledge that Creator God that gives you the ability to do these things and gives you the ability to love each other. You have to be able to acknowledge and reverence that God for your own personal deliverance. Because if you save others, but you yourself is lost, what does it profit you as the individual? So it'd be nice to have brothers and sisters to get their relationship with the Creator and God right, and let it be confirmed by how they interact with their brothers, and how they get involved in the struggle, and how they understand that this is their identity, this is who we are. And you brothers that want to argue with me and argue about Africa is not the original name of the continent over there, I can go there. I can go with Eden, but I don't. I can go with Akebulin, but I don't, because those are basically the original names of that continent. But when you're talking about a lost people, or people that have no direction, and you can get them on a compass and a directive map where everybody understands what is being said, because you're speaking the same language, you could probably reach more people than if you say something mysterious name that nobody hardly knows anything about. You see, sometimes you have to start off with the language that the people speak before you could take them to learn the language that you really want them to know, that you speak. Sometimes you have to go into their language, their mindset, in order to bring them out. If a house is on fire, the firemen prepare themselves with the asbestos suits. They go in there to deliver. Nobody has time to talk about what language you speak. Nobody has time to talk about you came through the roof rather than the front door. Nobody is concerned about them kicking the door in, because you're in trouble. And when somebody comes in, they put a breather on your face, give you some oxygen, and get you out of that smoke and save your life. That's the kind of state that many of our people are in. So when I come in and say Africa, I'm coming in because it's a house that's on fire. And you brothers want to sit up here and argue about, you're not African, you're not black, and you don't want to work with the struggling rest of us because you hung up on semantics. You're ludicrous. And that's this type of spirit that's divisive, because you hung up on your religion. Now, out of all people, I've been identified with Pentecost. And boy, if there's anybody that's hung up, it's Pentecostals. Tongue talking. You can't talk to them about no African history hardly. You can't hardly talk to them brothers about Pan-Africanism and liberation, unless they have been kicked in their behind to such a degree that they have awakened, and they see that that is important. But they all we need is Jesus. All we need is Jesus. And that has its place. But man, we got some problems out here that affect us as Africans, and there's no greater way. And this is Brother Soldier speaking from the heart. There's no greater offer that I think you can give a God, as if you're a believing Christian and you're spirit filled. There's no greater gift that you can give God than to be joined in his ranks and be one of his saints and be on the earth fighting the causes of your people. You got your salvation locked in, basically. And you pulling your people out of the burning house, even though they don't even believe in the way that you believe, or they may not accept God the way you accept God. They might end up in the flames of hellfire. But while you're on this earth, that is your testimony, that is your witness, and that's what you do. Men will come to God as they know God. Men will come. You just let your light shine. You go out and you be working in the vineyard. And when your brother says, why do you do this? Why did you help me? You say, man, the Lord put that on my heart. I needed to do that because this is my brother. These are my people. And so, talk is talk. Action is action, but it's just a message I'm trying to convey that these things are important for us to be able to navigate our way through this life and to get what we need. And love is our only answer. Love will tell you when not to fight. Love will tell you when to fight, whether it's verbal by the pen or it's with this or whatever. Love is going to teach you what and what not to do, to defend yourself, or whether you can get by. Love is going to teach you that. Love is going to be the guide that tells us where we should go. And love does not love has what is called a rebuking and a correcting side, and it also has a side where you are affectionate or you pay tribute and honor. So love has its chastising side and its other side. So love is not to be understood as somebody that just takes a lot of crap from other people. It's deeper than that, But a whole nother topic, whole nother day. So I want to start off with this, and this is part one. I'm going to go to part two about the problems on both sides of the Atlantic. How does your brother treat you when you come home to the continent? These brothers have to be very conscious of the way they receive brothers who have been in a history of lynchings and killings and beatings and jailings and imprisonment. We've been through hell in North America. And then we also have brothers in the continent that have been through hell. So when we meet each other, we are trying to get past our pain from the past and accept each other as we are. We can change over time, but we need to be able to accept each other. So when we come home to the continent, these brothers from the continent don't need to be looking at us all cross-eyed, laughing at us, giggling and talking about us. No more than when we come over here to the continent. We come from North America, wherever, the UK, and we're sitting up condescending and looking down on them because they have not seen they got their economy together, and it's been all this time. So we both have our issues, and we both have to be right-minded toward each other on each side of the continent and keep God in the midst of the whole relationship. Because if you don't keep God in there, you won't have that love in there. If you don't have that love in there, you have seen with your own eyes how destructive we can be to each other. You've seen with your own eyes how we can destroy an entire landmass. You have seen how we have traded each other out and sold each other out. what can we say while we're on this earth? Why don't we just give unity a chance and pull things together and come together? So I'm going to close here and say, man, know thyself. And I'll bring back another part to this. And peace, love, and God bless you.